Bring on the horror! Evil Dead Chick presents Horror Mania! The scariest time you will ever experience on YouTube. Get ready to be thrilled, chilled, and fulfilled by my quest to see every horror movie ever made. Bring on the vampires, zombies, and werewolves. Don't forget the maniacs slashing their way through your front door. The ghosts, the ghouls, and the creepy critters under your Bring on the horror! Evil Dead Chick presents Horror Mania!
Hi, I am Ozzy the Wonder Squirrel. Don't forget to watch Evil Dead Chick on Deadites on Deck on YouTube. Oh, and subscribe, man!
Take out the trash. Why? There might be something delicious in all that slop. Put out the air fresheners. Place the clothespin on your nose. Let's dig into the cream of the crop. Celluloid trash. It stinks, but we must watch. Celluloid trash. It stinks, but we must watch.
Howdy, gang. Hey, the poet. Hey, kids. And welcome to yet another celluloid trash. Here in just a little bit, we're going to be talking about Creature from 1985, directed by William Malone, and Death Ball, which I'm forgetting what the year is for Death Ball. 1989, directed by Michael Fisher. And I may be pronouncing that wrong. But I'm trying. So I'm going to get the housekeeping stuff out of the way, and then we're going to go ahead and get to these movies for tonight. And I should be having another Horror Mania. I've got to get my research and all that stuff together, and the links and stuff for the films that I was able to watch and all that good stuff. And that should be tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, I've got another Evil Dead Chicks Top 10 in my head. I've just got to get the list of movies together so that I can do that. And hopefully I'll be able to do that soon. But as always, I want to remind you guys and gals that there are several different ways to support me in the channel, and it won't cost you a dime. And one of those ways is by subscribing. If you are enjoying the content I'm putting out and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing to my channel. There's never a bad time to subscribe to not only my channel, but anybody else's channel out there that you're enjoying the content they're putting out. And once you subscribe, you can hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the new content that I have coming out. You can also hit that like button on stuff that you particularly enjoy. And hey, if you like it all, hit that like button all across the board. And here's one more way that you can support me and the channel, and it won't cost you a dime, won't cost anybody you tell about the channel a dime. And that's by sharing with friends and family members my channel handle at Deadites on Deck, that you think that might enjoy the content I'm putting out as well. Hey, Tom, you say Creature, the Klaus Kinski movie. That is the one, Tom. That is the one that we're going to be talking about tonight. If you feel so inclined to purchase anything, or just want to peruse my Deadites on Deck car shop at deaditesondeck.com for shirts and hats and tote bags and mouse pads, etc., blended teas, and all that good stuff, you can head on over to deaditesondeck.com. If you're not a horror fan, hey, I do custom work. So if you've got a baseball team that needs some custom shirts with a custom logo on them, I'm your gal. I will work with you to create custom logos. For not only that, but for a business or side business you might have, a business or side business a friend or family member might have, birthday parties, anniversaries, whatever special occasion is coming up that you'd like to have a memento, to pull out about 10 years from now and say, hey, remember when we had these shirts made, or these hats, or whatever. And if you buy in bulk, I will offer you a bulk discount. Thank you, Tom. Tom says the coolest thumbnails on YouTube. I try. I really work hard. I work hard on every aspect of my channel. But I do take pride in making, intros and thumbnails and stuff like that to go along with my streams and videos. But if you're not a horror fan, or you are a horror fan, you don't exactly see what you want on the shop site, I have a handy dandy form on the homepage of the shop site where you can tell me what it is you so desire. And everything is a flat rate of shipping at $6. That doesn't matter if you buy 1 item, 10 items, 50 items, 100 items, 200 items, whatever. It's still going to be $6 shipping. And there's not too many places you can get a flat rate of shipping right now. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to these movies. And the first one I want to talk about is Creature from 1985. Like I said, directed by William Malone. And it has Klaus Kinski in it, as Tom said. Now, I had never, to my recollection, I had never seen this movie prior to yesterday. And I watched it in preparation for the stream. Yeah, I like the artwork too. And there's different artwork that shows more of the creature. But I think I like this one better than some of those that shows you the whole package at one time. But I felt like Creature was an Alien ripoff. When you do see the creature, it does pretty much look like the creature from Alien. Okay. However, this is low budget, etc., etc. But I enjoyed it, folks. I had a lot of fun with it. It was very bloody, and gory, and had a slimy, goopy monster on there. Kids, you're right. Well, much like The Exorcist, you can't top Alien, so it's going to be borrowed. Haha. Even the monster and things look like a trashy alien. It did. It did. It most certainly did. But this was a fun, gory, bloody monster movie that was just a lot of fun. What I refer to a lot of times as a popcorn film. So you have these, I guess they're researchers who um, discover, well, you start out with two guys who find this cylinder with something in it, and they're going to take it back to their ship. And apparently, these are the guys that are competing with the Americans. I mean, obviously, these guys are Americans. I mean, Klaus Kinski really is the only one that has an accent in this movie, and he doesn't show up for a little while. These guys seem like 100% Americans. But I think they're supposed to be Germans, and they get attacked by this creature that comes from the cylinder. And I love the effect because the guy is sitting on the cylinder and the other guy is taking his picture, and all of a sudden he just goes like this, and then blood goes up into his space helmet. And I'm like, well, okay, this started off pretty cool. And the acting wasn't that bad. Wendy Shaw, I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name, but this was a few years before she was in the Burbs, playing Mr. Rumsfeld's wife in the Burbs. And she was quite a bit of eye candy in the Burbs as well. But she was very good in this. I didn't think that the acting was that bad at all in this film. And we have a woman who really doesn't say anything the majority of the film. And she sort of reminded me of the androids in the Alien films. The poet's already guessing. He says this is going to get a 4 or 5 rating. And you're right, the poet. You are right on that. But if you haven't seen this, I would urge you to seek it out. You can watch it for free on Tubi if you would like. And Klaus Kinski does show up about midway through the film, and he's getting kind of handsy with one of the women on the ship. And I'm sure Klaus Kinski was handsy behind the scenes too, because he is, like I've said before, that's what one of the things Klaus was known for, that and his temper. Yes, there is a documentary on Kinski, and actually, I think there's more than one, but I know that David Schmoller, who directed Crawl Space, hated working with Kinski on that movie, and he did a little, maybe more of a featurette called "Please Kill Mr. Kinski," and that was pretty funny. Tom, you say, I was told by a French director, Dominique, he directed Kinski and Hein Hate. Hein Hate. Oh, okay. Yeah, that autocorrect. Oh, yeah. Damn autocorrect. And so, Tom, you go on with your story. I want to hear it. But I'm going to go ahead and give a rating. And guys and gals, I had so much fun with this one. that I'm going to go ahead and give it 5 deadites out of 5. It was fun. It wasn't too long. It was fun. And, you know, it may be celluloid trash, folks, but it was fun trash. It was fun trash on all aspects. And if you have access to Tubi, get out there and watch it for free, because this is a good one, folks. All right. So, hi, Jordan. You say, what do you think the next Jurassic Park movie is going to be about? And what is Creature about? Is it a werewolf movie? No, actually, it's an alien movie, Jordan. And I couldn't even venture a guess to be what the next Jurassic Park movie is going to be about. But anyway, moving on to the second film for tonight is Deathball. And I own both Deathball and Killer Workout. And I'll just tell you right off the bat that I like Killer Workout better than Deathball. Deathball's got some cool artwork on this Blu-ray and stuff. But basically, oh, and this has Ken Foray in it as well. But we have a new fitness club in town that basically everybody's wanting to go to, right? And it has a variety of workout machines. And it has a state-of-the-art computer system running everything, which is fine until this guy's wife's spirit invades the computer system put together by her brother and starts killing off the patrons of the fitness club. I would probably be willing to agree with you on that, kid. You say, I think they need to stop making Jurassic Park at this point. They're going to have to be like Jurassic Park in space. Exactly. Tommy said Kinski was totally impossible on that set. So he told Kinski, play it as a ghost, but just say your lines. So Kinski did his thing, not following the script or the character. Yes, that definitely sounds like Kinski. So what I don't like about this movie is not nearly as fun as Killer Workout. And some people may disagree with me on that, and that is okay. But in comparing these two films that are kind of similar in nature, only this has a computer system possessed by a dead woman operating the machines in a way that they should not be operating and killing off the patrons of the fitness club. And I think because I'm a huge fan of slashers, Killer Workout is more of a slasher movie. And I think that truly that is why I like it better than Deathball. Hey, Stephen. Jordan, you say I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan. The only one I hate is Jurassic Park 3. And yeah, the poster is badass, and Good Bad Flicks reviewed that movie. And do you love Kenan and Kel? I never watched Kenan and Kel. I know, so I can't say if I like them or not. I know what and who they are, and I know that several people like them, but I just never got around to watching them. Kids, you say, I love Jurassic Park. I grew up with them in the 90s, but sometimes you got to know when to stop. Haha, exactly. I think several of these films need to stop. And you say, haha, oh my God, I forgot about Kenan and Kel. The poet agrees with Kits. No more Jurassic Park movies. Tommy said years later at Cannes Film Festival, Kinski saw that director and said, "You're the only director who ever understood me." It's because he let him do whatever. The Poet says Despal is going to get a low rating. Well, not an extremely low rating because it still has its moments, folks. But to get to that rating, I'm gonna give it a 3 Deadites out of 5. Not a low rating, but I just have to lean more towards Killer Workout when it comes to my favorite of these two films, Killer Workout and Despal, about which one I think is the more fun film. And like I said, I lean more towards slashers, and Killer Workout is more of a slasher than this one is. So I know I went through both of these kind of fast. I've been on here just a little over 20 minutes, but like I always say, you know, there's only so much you can say about stuff, and then you start repeating yourself and going over the same stuff and beating a dead horse. Kid says, Tom, glad to see you survived Saturday night. Oh boy. But I want to thank the Poet and Kits and Tom and Jordan. Just don't want to miss anybody. And Stephen for being in here in the chat, keeping me coming in the chat tonight. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night for Horror Mania, where I'm going to be covering some more horror films from the early 1900s, folks. And if you have something on tap to do that night, you can always watch it on the replay, as you can any of the stuff that I do on here that are live streams. Yeah, I knew you went over to Kits' stream. That's why I was laughing, because I knew that y'all were going to be watching Wicked World. Oh boy. But anyway, I got a whole lot of programming coming up for the remainder of the week. More Insomnia Cure, more They're All Messed Up. And we've got a Evil Dead Chick Slasher Fest coming up for the Prowler. And I'm just really excited about all the things that are coming up. Well, thank you, Kids. I appreciate that. You say I'm going to watch your Shining replay after this. I appreciate that. I appreciate all you guys and gals out there. And for those of you that were watching along, but maybe you didn't feel comfortable getting in the chat, or maybe you were watching the stream on a device where you are not able to chat at the same time, like a smart television, I thank you as well. And for those of you that weren't able to join me tonight, but will watch this on the replay, I appreciate you guys and gals as well. And as always, I'm off like a dirty shirt. This shirt ain't dirty, but I'm off like one. And I want to remind everybody, as I always do before I get off of here for the night, to be kind to one another and blaze that trail. And any of you that can join me tomorrow night starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Horror Mania, I welcome you. And if you can't and you watch it on the replay, hey, that is okay. But I guess that is it from me for tonight. Everybody have a fantastic rest of your Monday night, folks. And I'll see everybody next time.